Shalom. I was listening to this. He has what would I call that? A Muslim Islam name, but he's preaching what appears to be in what they call a traditional church. He's a Hebrew Israelite, but he's preaching from the stance of a Christian, meaning those who are in the 501c3 organization concepts. Like I told you before, I listen to just about everybody to see if I can find something that I can add to myself that is good. He's preaching from the standpoint that Yah has cast away his people and that those of the faith are his people. Now there's some truth to that, but also it's clearly shown in Revelation 7 where he says the 12 tribes, what was it? What was the number? 12,000 from each tribe, except for what was it? Was it Dan at that time? And then immediately following this, every nation after that shall be saved. So, and Paul himself even said, has Yah cast away his people? Yah forbid. We are the enemies to the Gentiles for the Gentiles' sake. But we are chosen for the Father's sake. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, particularly Jacob, for Yasharites. Now, saying that, he brought up a thought that sparked what I'm about to say right now. So I'm going to give a short testimony. And I think when I was actually in that building concept, a lot of things I would say, I always say in good faith and good intent, as I believe, be led by the Spirit, it offended many people because I was speaking the truth as pertaining to me. Like for instance, I gave testimonies that I've heard from, I don't know if it was Yahusha, a Malahim, but I've heard a loud, audible voice on at least three occasions throughout my life. I don't smoke dope. I don't do none of that stuff, so I wasn't under illusion. Like I told you before, one time, a long time ago, when I was a boy, I used to always kneel down and pray this is before I even got this truth. But I didn't know what to do with it. I just, I would always kneel down in front of my aunt's bed because she had this image of the traditional white Jesus on the wall, and I would always bow down there and pray to it, thinking I was praying to a Hamashiach. But I didn't know all this information at the time, but I heard a loud voice say, "Get up off your knees. That is not me." So I got up off my knees and never did that again. But I never thought of nothing about it because I was a kid. I just never did that again. Then another time, before I was going to start working for the probation department, I was on Atlantic, a long ways from my apartment at the time when I was living. I had to be about 20, in their terms, 21, 22, something like that. And like I told you, I always had problems with directions as far as the compass. So as I was walking, I told someone to come pick me up about 5, but I got done early, so it was about 3. I said, I'm not gonna sit here for no 2 hours. I'm gonna walk home. That was a long ways. But then I got mixed up because I said, man, I don't know which way I'm going. I said, I'll just turn back around and go back the other way I came from, just wait. And as I was turning back around, I heard a loud voice really say, but at the time, I didn't know him as Hamashiach, so it wouldn't have made him the Malahim, whoever was speaking to me, it wouldn't have made them no sense to tell me Yahusha Hamashiach. I would have never knew who that was. So the voice used wisdom. It said, he said, don't turn back around. He said, just like your walk with Christ. You come too far now to turn back around. So I walked all the way home at the time and found my way there. And as I got there, the person I was waiting for pulled up, and then we walked up in the house. Like I said, like I said, I had at least one more, two more times when I've heard that. So what I'm telling you today is, in the comment that he gave, made sense to me. That's why I say it's always good to listen to people sometimes. And when I gave that testimony, even those elders and those in the church who say they know more and better, and I'm not saying they don't, but they was like, I can hear the offense. Well, every time I hear in the Bible when somebody hear an angel, or they fall out like they're dead. So okay, I felt a little bit of heat from that, so I was all right, no problem. Because I wasn't there to try to boast or brag anything. I was just telling the true story as I knew it. So, and he made a good comment. He said, when you see Yahushua HaMashiach, when you hear him and when you see him, when you're going to fall out of sin. You're going to fall out of the old ways. You're going to fall out as a dead man. You're going to fall out of those things that used to please you. You're going to fall out of those things, and he going to pick you up. Now you're going to be able to walk right. Think about the angels or the Malachim that appeared to certain ones. And of course, they're not sent to frighten you. But the natural man will be frightened if something like that just pops up in front of you. But then they're going to say, be not afraid. I have a message for you. Or they'll just make you where you want to be afraid. Now if they come here to make you afraid, believe me, they can do that. But that's not their purpose. They're called to give you a message, to let you know you called and chosen for a purpose, and to give you focus, to always be reminded that you have a calling to accomplish. That's why that's why I will send them to you, so you can stay focused and remember your calling, and to bring about that thing that has been prophesied to you and through you. Let me read a couple of scriptures. Daniel 9:21-24. Yea, whilst I was speaking in prayer, even the man Gabriel, whom I had seen in the vision at the beginning, being caused to fly swiftly, touched me about the time of the evening oblation. And he informed me and talked with me and said, O Daniel, I am now come forth to give thee skill and understanding. At the beginning of thy supplications the commandment came forth, and I am come to show thee, for thou art greatly beloved. Therefore understand the matter and consider the vision. 70 weeks are determined upon thy people, upon thy holy city, to finish the transgression, and to make an end of sins, and to make reconciliation for iniquity, and to bring everlasting righteousness, and to seal up the vision and prophecy, and to anoint the most holy. Luke 1-35. And the angel answered and said unto her, The Holy Ghost shall come upon thee, and power of the highest shall overshadow thee. Therefore also that holy thing which shall be born of thee shall be called the Son of God. She didn't fall out. Luke 1:5-25. There was in those days of Herod, the king of Judah, a certain priest named Zacharias, of course, of Abia, and his wife was the daughters of Aaron, and her name was Elizabeth. And they were both righteous before Yah, walking in all the commandments and orders of the Lord blameless. And they had no child, because that Elizabeth was barren, and they both were now well stricken in years. And it came to pass that while he executed the priest's office before Yah in the orders of his course, according to the custom of the priest's office, his lot was to burn incense when he went into the temple of Yah. And the whole multitude of the people were praying without at the time of the incense. And there appeared unto him an angel of Yah, standing on the right side of the altar of the incense. And when Zacharias saw him, he was troubled, and fear fell upon him. But the angel said unto him, Fear not, Zacharias, for thy prayer is heard, and thy wife Elizabeth shall bear thee a son, and thou shalt call upon his name. Luke 1:26-35. And in the 6th month of the angel Gabriel was sent from God unto a city, from Yah into a city. And notice, Gabriel is the angel that always is bringing messages. into a city of Galilee named Nazareth, to a virgin espoused to a man whose name was Joseph, of the house of David. The virgin's name was Mary. And the angel came unto her and said, Hail, thou that art highly favored, Yah is with thee. Blessed art thou among women. And when she saw him, she was troubled at his saying, and cast in her mind what manner of salutation this should be. She didn't fall out, but she was troubled at his saying. And the angel said unto her, Fear not, Mary, for thou hast found favor with Yah. Revelations. Now, see a lot of people hear from the angels, or the Malachim. But when you hear and see and turn back to look, then you might literally fall out. But then at the same time, you're going to fall out of your sin and fall into your purpose. Even Moses at the burning bush, it was burning to get his attention. But when he turned to look, then he was spoken to in the message delivered. So some people just hear. Don't be just hearers of the word, but be doers of the word. So when you hear and you turn and look and then you get your attention, now he can talk to you. Okay, that's just was in my heart. So I want to share that with you. And shalom.